host, Swizzy. How you guys doing on this Saturday? I'm back with another video for you. Of course, I got some information and some news too. Um, I know we have some people that are kind of that view the channel in your in another country and stuff like that. Excuse me, just a little perch. And recently, I don't know, man. There's been some, I guess in Thailand, uh, the banks have frozen over millions of accounts. Thailand's bank freezes millions of accounts. I guess to combat call center fraud, but illegitimate businesses, citizens, and expats, I guess, are getting caught. Getting caught up in it. It was kind of curious because I had seen another article about UK banks that was this was earlier in the year. It's got to be wild though to wake up and your bank account is frozen. I've had that happen to me. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I firsthand have had my bank account froze. I know what it's like to have to borrow money for coffee. But millions of people woke up and their bank accounts have been frozen. That's got to be crazy. So they're dealing with that. I know that the government, I'm reading this, I know the government over there is going, it's got like a national emergency on their hands, you know? Some people in here, what's going on? Thanks for the like. Appreciate it. Appreciate y'all coming, checking out the video or the live. Um, so, anybody hear anything? Have heard any of this news about what's happening in Thailand? If so, I mean, I got one like. I don't know. There's some banks, some accounts that froze the millions of people's. Do you know anyone who have had their bank account frozen? I have had my bank account frozen, but this was some years ago. This just happened to millions of people. They just woke up to that. Like that's crazy. Hey, what's going on over there in the Philippines? Ad Elmar, Adelmar. How you doing, Adelmar? I know I probably didn't say it right. That's okay though. I didn't mean anything like that. If I said it right, then cool. But what's going on? You enjoying watching? Well, thanks for the like. Leave a like. But so I was just checking this out over here and stuff on the news. I said, well, and there's just a lot that's going on too with with a lot of these different I don't know currencies. I was talking to a guy that I was working with the other day. He's from El Salvador, um, and he was telling me how his in his country, boom, um, I guess I think he said something. It's a funny name for the money, but he said it was crazy. And I told him, I said, yeah, but don't you guys got Bitcoin over there? He said, yeah. And now we're good friends. Every time I see him, he be like, yo, that's crazy. River Bounty Outdoors. Thank you. I had to get something to drink. Keep something with me. Um, I don't know if you heard what I was talking about the topic that basically I was discussing that in Thailand, there's been millions of bank accounts frozen. And one of them guys over there that we're watching, he's from the Philippines, but you know, thanks for the like. But if you know somebody that has been affected by this, man, please let me know, man. Put that in there so that information get out. What is them people doing? If anybody is, I have had my bank account frozen before, right? So I know what it's like to wake up and I can't get no funds. Like I said, I had to borrow money for coffee that morning. I was for my daughter, and I was like, might froze my account. But then for millions of people to wake up to a frozen bank, the banks shut down, and I don't wonder. I'm wondering, like, what's behind all of that? What bank, froze their accounts? The government, or was it the system, like the SWIFT system that they might be using? All of that. There's a lot of pressure on that system. There's a lot of pressure on a lot of banking systems anyway around the whole globe, and even here. All the banks have got a lot of pressure on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of demand, and they can't keep up with a lot of that demand because everything is, look at the tariffs and stuff like that. So it's crazy to think, like, your bank might fall under some scrutiny or something. Is it a big bank where big bank takes little bank? You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when you start talking about the big money and stuff like that, their global players got to be, shutting down the whole country and stuff, or millions of people affected. So that's pretty crazy. I don't know if you agree, but if you agree, put a like. If you don't, that's 2 likes. So I guess 2 people may agree. So anyway. I do have other stuff too to kind of go along with that I can present to you, but I can show you on this computer screen. Like, this is seriously, Thailand citizens woke up to. This is 5 days ago, but frozen bank accounts. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't just make it up. You know what I'm saying? I be watching some stuff and looking at some videos. And maybe they be it's always talking about something, doing something. It's just always something, basically. So I came across that and I said, wow. And I know what it's like to have your bank account frozen. So if they did something like that here in America, man, I don't know, man. These fools out here, they already tripping. they, let 5 million people wake up when their bank accounts is frozen. They might get away with that in Thailand. You try that up in Chicago or Memphis, or DC or New York. Try that down in Houston. You'll see. You'll see. F-A, what is it? F-O-F-A? Yeah, for real. Yeah. Freeze somebody's account, man. You better have something in place. You better have something in place for that. Quick, fast. Yeah. They They'd be like, "Oh, system went down, but we got something else for y'all. Going out there and spend." There is a system for you though that they have built. It's um, hey, no one is far from anyone, nor is anyone close to anyone. Whoever is destined to be there comes on his own. And that is a kill. That's his quote. He left in the chat. Well, we appreciate that. Thank you very much for the comment. So now I'm gonna play something really quick. It kind of gets right to what I was talking about. Where something crazy happens in the banks, or something gets compromised, or you wake up and you get some, you know, you get some bad news that your card ain't working and stuff like that. And you know what I mean? So, well, uh, how would I deal with something like that? Well, gotta have yourself, gotta have yourself something down, help you get through. You know, you get you something that might help you get through it. You might be all right. But so I just sit here all day watching this, and that's when I came across it. There was a mention of it, so I Googled it, and once I Googled it, um, I was like, wow, I was just reading a little something. 3 million accounts. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of angry people. That's a lot of angry people. That's a lot of angry people, sir. Yep. Charlie was concerned about the speech, that he felt the restrictions. Inevitably, this happens when you get any better. Candace Owens. At all, as Megan said, we start enduring threats. Something is not right. Candace Owens is all over it. It's true. She's all over it. Candace Owens just exposed the pro-Israel threats against Charlie Kirk in the final days of his life, and in this clip, discusses some of the falsities that have been said not only about her, but also her relationship with Charlie Kirk. So let's get right into it. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm still following a lot of the stuff. I mean, there's still so much news and stuff that's still coming out about it. So I really want to I really want to know, just like any and everybody else, what's all gonna be is leading up to, what is all leading up to. The guy they caught the dude, they got him. That's what they said. Now there are other people. That's what they saying. It sure looks obvious. Anyway, they got an investigation to handle. I am not getting involved in it. But you don't believe everything that you hear, especially on social media, right? Gotta have facts. So I gotta get another phone because my phone seems to not be too clear. Unless I turn this a little bit more light. The lighting is not that great. This is better. Yeah. So, but Saturday I went to go to try to start my one of my trucks, and I I guess I forgot to turn the CB radio off. It was my batteries are dead now. And those are new batteries I just brought them. So I tell you, if it ain't one thing, it's another. You might be lined up for things to happen. This is life. Hearing all this news about these people and guys, what's going on? It's never a dull moment. People wake up and 2 million people wake up and try to go spin. I bet you they keep swiping, keep swiping, keep swiping. It's not working. And it probably was, I mean, that'd be crazy. And then the next person that's in line behind you do the same thing. It'd be wild. That'd be wild. It shut everybody off. Out there at the grocery store and walked up to the aisle. The man got all his stuff. He got to go put it all back. So he go put it all back because his car just is not working and keeps swiping it and swiping it until finally the people, I don't know what's wrong. And the next person in line walks up and they keep swiping it and so I got all their groceries and you got to put all that back too, ma'am, because your car don't work either. And then the next person behind that person, and then every other line, everybody looking at each other like, and then it start getting louder and rowdy. Oh, I got money. What's going on here? This store is out of service, man. We gotta shut everybody down. Then with one person that might got some cash could pay it, they can get the cash if you got cash. That's what I said. Keep you some cash, something to get you through something like that. That's the only way you can get through that, man. Keep swiping your stuff and then it won't go through. Huh? Man, there's not a lot of people here. They're in and out. All right. I guess I'll let you guys get back to it. It's Saturday. I'm not doing much of anything, man. I just basically had that to say. I was gonna play a little clip. I don't know. The clip is going. Maybe I can find it on my computer. Let me search. Let's see. It did talk about, um, like system failures, no banking system failures. But if you want to talk about this, anybody in Thailand? I wonder if they got. I wonder if they got their, if they're back online, because this is 5 days ago though. This is not. It didn't happen just yesterday, but it happened 5 days ago. Maybe they got their stuff together, right? I don't even know how to do this and put this. If you can see these comments, okay, some top fans. top fans. I gotta learn what that's about. I mean, I don't know. I'm really pushing the button, messing with this stuff. But that's all right. I'll learn. I'm supposed to be looking for tape on the back there. Oh, man, back. It says a scramble to unlock 3 million online 3 million online seller accounts. This is news. Look, these people look upset. I had to say sorry for you. Jeez. I do feel sorry for you. Online banking. Bangkok, who's ever in Bangkok, right? Bangkok, Thailand banks have frozen more than 3 million accounts as part of a strong push to stop a wave of online scams. This move, which started in the joint action by the Bank of Thailand, BOT, and the Cybercrime Investigation Bureau, CCIB, and the Ministry of Digital Economy and Society, DES, has also caught many innocent online sellers and business owners. The focus is on stopping mule accounts set up to move more stolen money, but the crackdown has disrupted businesses that depend on digital payments. Banks are now working quickly to unlock affected accounts and help those whose funds are stuck. That just happened to a basketball player over here in the United States who was with Coinbase. And and he had I guess they have a digital account. What's that rapper? I said rapper. It's a rapper. Oh, probably a rapper too. Uh, I'm trying to think. He was just on the news, man. That basketball player, and the dude from Coinbase was talking about it. He helped him get back into his account. Why the bank froze accounts? The freezing of accounts started in August 2025 after a jump in online fraud that had cost Thais an estimated 6 billion baht. I guess that's what kind of money it had. Baht, BATH. About 180 million USD. By 150 million USD recently. Criminals moved beyond using only mule accounts. They now buy products from unsuspecting online sellers and then resell them, which makes the money trail harder to follow. Commissioners of Paul Lieutenant Jen Trangro Powell Pywam. I don't know how to say that. Of the CCID explained that these scams traps innocent people in fraud investigation. He shared an example where frustrated uh, uh, fund steppers. There was an example where fund steaders push 100,000 back into a child's account to move money around. Or fraudsters. I said fund steaders. An example where fraudsters had pushed 100,000 back, BAHT. I guess that's the money, backed. 100,000 back into a child's account to move money around. Automated systems were flagging and freezing the accounts of online sellers, especially those with many transactions or frequent transactions. Durrani Seju, Assistant Governor of the Financial Consumer Protection at the BOT, said accounts receiving payments from flagged mule accounts get locked to help recover stolen cash. So that's why they froze on. There's a lot of fraud going on over there. A lot of big money. But see, you know what's crazy? There's a lot of money moving around. There's a lot. That's what ties a lot of stuff. Listen. Okay, mule accounts. You think did they have mule accounts here in the U.S.? I would think that there's no such thing as a cash business anymore. There should be no such thing as a cash business anymore. Like, who does all cash? Who does all cash? When you go somewhere and they say, oh, we don't accept nothing, we only accept cash, that's like a mule business. You see what I'm saying? Just like this, just like what they're talking about, because they're moving money and they're using, like they use businesses, they're trying to move the money through the business, right? Where was I at? I was just recently out of town. I just traveled recently. I was with my daughter. And where did we went somewhere. And it was for breakfast. She took not even, was it my daughter? Yeah, it was me and my daughter. We went for breakfast when I flew in. Because I got in early. And the place only accepted cash. Go figure. I told her, I said, baby, this place, it's owned and operated by some moms or something. And, it was downtown New Haven, in a section of town. I said, where they do that at? Only the way they do that at is in here, like Little Italy, where we were at. I looked around, I said, yeah, that's where we're having. I said, man, cash business. Some cash business is like, well, how are they able to do all the, casinos are cash businesses pretty much, right? So there is still cash businesses around. I would say that. They are, but there's very little, not any much anymore. Like, they use digital money. Everything is going digital. There's not going to be, didn't think about the other day too. I was with a friend. And he called up his plug or whatever, right? So you calling your plug up, wow, yeah, I'll get plug. He did whatever he do, he just plug, right? So I said, look at this dude here. I said, that's not gonna be around too much longer, man. No, it's not gonna be around too much longer. Why? Because you can't be doing transactions like what you just did. You can't do that. So, you know, but he said, well, if I miss the liquor store, you know what I'm saying? I just call up my old, my buddy up, and he'll bring me a. I usually have. I said, no, you ain't got to tell me, man. But he called up his, what I'm saying? He got him his drink. I said, look at that. I said, this ain't gonna be going around too much more. Why? Because everything is going digital. Yes, it's going to get. I think that this administration is going to be an administration to get rid of dollars. Not going to be more cash. It's going to be like wallpaper, man. It's already going down. And that's why I said I talked to a guy at work. He's from Venezuela. He's from Venezuela. And I was telling him, I was like, yo, in your country, man, all that money. He said, that money is no good. This money is no good. I said, I know it's no good. But this money everywhere. He's like, it's no. I was like, wow. That's why I was like, yeah, but check out Bitcoin. He was like, yeah. So, okay. But that's how Venezuela is. But it's just crazy because, I really do believe that this, cash is going to dwindle out and they're trying to funnel it out. They're trying to, I'm really trying to funnel it out, right? If people are hoarding a lot of cash, in some, safe or something or whatever and stuff like that, like they got probably literally trying to turn that into gold or turn that into, somewhere where you can get a different means of, you know, wealth out of it, like, because it's a lot of places are going to stop accepting the U.S. dollar, and it's going to almost be like, well, you might as well trade that for like some silver or some gold or you know what I'm saying, like something like that, because it won't be able to be exchanged anywhere for anything because it'll lose its value so much and it'll be like wallpaper, just like Venezuela's and other countries like the dinar. But I think they said the dinar has been revalued, but I don't even know what's up with that. I had some too. I did. I don't know why I didn't keep my hands on that so tight. But it's another topic. Yo, I tell you, bro. If they wake up tomorrow, if Lord willing, I wake up tomorrow, right? And you see, I bank online. I do not use banks. I don't use the traditional banks because I always said that. I've always said that. I don't use traditional banks for this reason, man, because I already have my bank account. I've had my bank account frozen. I don't trust banks. So I use digital banks. I do digital banks and I do cryptocurrency. That is my thing. I've done that for years because I've had my bank account frozen. I've had my business checking, all my everything. It made me go to nothing, to zero. It took all. I got sued. It was a whole grimy thing because they played dirty and we're still litigating, but they froze my account. How are you gonna do that? You're still in litigation and you freezing my account. I didn't owe. Well, I didn't owe much because over 80% was paid back. So by the time I defaulted, they still sued me and we were litigating. Still on litigation because this case is still not even over and they froze my account. I gotta still come up with some more money and get a lawyer to go into a whole nother state because there was some foul play over there. And I asked ChatGPT what I should do. He said I should contact the judge and ask him to vacate that not the summons. With the judge, he made judgment on me. So he should vacate it because he's out of his jurisdiction. That's what ChatGPT told me I should do. But this case is still being litigated in the state of New York, and I paid attorney for that. who doesn't. He's like, I remember, yeah, I have to charge you to go all the way to Texas. I'm like, man, you never mind. I'm not a lawyer, so this is not financial or legal advice to anyone. Pay your debt, pay off your debtors, right? Pay off your debtors so they don't freeze your account like they froze mine. Like these people, they didn't do nothing. A lot of these business people, they didn't do nothing, and I didn't do nothing either. I mean, they feel sorry for them, but they didn't feel sorry for me. I still was being litigated and had what I thought I had a working lawyer on the case. My funds are safe. They froze my damn account, took over. But they took everything. You didn't have shit. I tell you, I had to work an attorney on the case. He cost about $8,000. Yeah. At least they're trying to fix their accounts. I gotta go through a lot of stuff to get my account fixed. So I don't bank online. I mean, I don't bank at traditional banks. I do digital banking. You know what I'm saying? It's encrypted. Nobody knows where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? And I do crypto. That's where all my money is. And yeah, well, kind of like these banks, I would say how they. I mean, I'm sorry, not the banks. The restaurants started. I went to where they only do cash. They probably do what I do. Take their cash, then they go load it onto a card, and then from there, it's on a digital bank, right? They make deposits because I do that. I could do it. You go to certain places. There's really, they don't have a limit how much you can put into a digital bank. If you're putting cash in there, it's on whatever the card states. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I bank. But bonk, buy bonk. Why? What's it doing right now? What's it doing right now? Oh boy, I had bonk before. Buy bonk, huh? Oh, let's see. Okay, well, thanks for telling me that. Bonk, buy it right now. Bonk. Do you think bonk is better than Ripple and XRP? That would be a good position. I mean, yeah. Uh, I think I had bonk before. Um, maybe in 2020. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, probably around 2020 or 2021. I think I had. Cause I did. I bought some. I didn't spend much, and I, I I know I did cash out, but it shot up one night, and then I went to sleep. That happened to me a few times. Had things shoot up, and then in the middle of the night, I went to sleep and woke up the next morning. And that's like I think that was my first bull market because things go up, then they come back down pretty fast. So it does go back up to there. Like it's probably take 4 or 5 more years for it to go back up there. So I did. I remember I looked at that account. I was in a hotel, and as a matter of fact, it was right before. It was in September. It was Bonk. I mean, if you could look at the chart of Bonk, I think it was in September. Because I know, and the reason I know I could just really quickly um, say that is because One of them was either no Bonker. That was might have been Shiba Inu, but it might have been Bonk. But Bonk is just recent, so no. That was Shiba Inu. Bonk just came out within the last year or so. Within the last year or so, am I right? Yeah. So that's the Shiba Inu I'm thinking. It did shot up one night and then came back down. And it was in September. I said in September. If you look at the chart, it spiked. Shiba Inu spiked. He said 3 million for less than $500. Really? Mm. Well, it only had one left. You said I had that coin for over 13 years. Okay. That's a long time. I don't know what coin you're talking about. But hey, man, I appreciate it too. I'll look into that. I'm definitely. Oh, you said. Oh, so you said. Oh, wait. Retract. You said you answered my question because I asked you a question, and you said you had the coin for over 13 years. So I'm assuming you're talking about XRP. It wasn't birth. Shit, 14 years ago. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yep. So you had over 13. No? Yeah. Yeah, you must be talking about XRP. Yeah, buy the dip. You ain't buying the dip. You've been holding for so long. You got plenty. Like, I don't have it. I have as much as I did have, but I do have some. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. That don't mean that's not going to do anything though. So behind the scene, it's working. You know that as well as I do. And then there's going to be a day we're going to wake up, just like these people here over in Thailand. Well, all of their bank accounts have been frozen because of fraud. And I just read that article. Um, we're going to wake up and you know, the XRP will be shining like a daggone diamond. You know, but that's what I say, man. You know, the banking system is a lot of pressure on the system, and that's what's going to cause that price to explode because all of the demand that's going to wind up coming into, and onto the order books or whatever, because they got to step in and do so much, you know. In Thailand, yes, in Thailand, sir. The accounts. This was about 5 days ago or so. I just had read this article and they froze the bank accounts. I don't know if you're familiar with the names of these people. But you might not be. You might. This is over in Bangkok. I just read this in Bangkok. A lot of the merchants and stuff. I guess there's the fraud. There's a lot of fraud. Moving around a lot of money. You know. I'll read it again for you. Thailand banks have frozen more than 3 million accounts as part of a strong push to stop the wave of online scams. This move, which started in the joint action, which started in joint action by the Bank of Thailand,
BOT, the Cybercrime Investigation Bureau, CCIB, and the Ministry of Digital Economy and Society, DES. So they done froze these people's accounts. Why? And I'll skip down a little bit more. I'm gonna read it a little more to you, right? Why banks froze accounts. The freezing of accounts started on August 25th after a jump in online fraud that had cost Thai an estimated 6 billion baht. Now I don't know if that money is baht, but BAHT, about $180 million worth of USD. That's about 180. So 6 billion is basically 180 million USD. You know, and that happened recently. Okay, so criminals move beyond using only mule accounts. They started doing. They now buy products from unsuspected online sellers and resell them, which makes the money trail harder to follow. So they were just being, kind of crafty with it. Most of the scammers are from India, big business. Oh yeah, I believe it. That's probably what they're probably doing. You never know. I mean, I said this, but see, this is what I was just talking about. Sorry. I appreciate I appreciate you leaving, like, if if you find it interesting. But the thing about it is, it's big business over here. Just having, like, if you have a restaurant, that's big business. And you could charge cash. You're bringing in cash, but with the restaurant business, you know, you have alcohol. Well, you guys, well, that's not big business. No, no, no. We talking big, big, big business. I know, but cash is king around here. You know what I'm saying? You know, uh, and any kind of cash business around here. Everybody wants cash in real estate. You want to buy? I was looking at some property. I called up the people for some land, right? And he said, "Oh, we were on the phone talking." He said, "Oh, I just got an email. We got a cash offer." He said, "Do you have cash?" I said, "Man, not to give you." You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want the land that bad to give you cash. I'm trying to use somebody else's money. So we're gonna do it the traditional way. That's what I was thinking. Cash is king. You come in with the cash. So people are just really bringing, so much cash to the table, or they're they're trapping and they just throw a net out and gets all this money, and then they try to use it through digital means to um, make it legit, um, or put it on the books. I don't know, man. It's just, but see, I bank online. Like I said this before. I bank online. I don't take, I don't, my cash I get, it goes into a bank. But there's a paper trail because I have to cash a check. I don't have direct deposit. I can set up a direct deposit into this account. It just so happens that I do not have a direct deposit paying boss. He pays me with a check that I have to go to the bank and cash. So he still does his old school banking, and I ain't mad at him because it works for me. It's still, what I'm saying, it finds its way onto uh, the Visa. So it still finds its way onto there. And thanks to Visa, that's all doable. And then from there, we they partnered up with the digital people, right? And that's where what I'm getting paid at the end of the week. wind up going into crypto. But see, now they got the Zebek. I talked about Zebek before, and I don't know, well, dude, he not hearing them. I talked about Zebek before. That is the payroll of the future, right? Digital payroll, or the you can get paid every day, every minute. You get your hourly pay. That'd be nice. And if they ain't got no fees too, you just pay me for my hours. When I get my hours, I'll be at the end of the week. You know, some people didn't know how much they make a day, right? Some people make, you got a nice paying, pretty good fair pay scale um, after taxes. But if they do away with the taxes, you'll really be making some money, because some people are after tax, you know, probably about $300. You know what I'm saying? If they got a nice paying job, that's what you earn a day. If there's no tax on that money, you may wind up making 400 or so dollars a day, right? And with that Zebek network, say you get paid hourly if you want to get paid, or if you get paid at the end of the day rather than waiting weekly or bi-weekly. People are gonna be getting paid like $400 a day every day, like, and they're not gonna think too much about the money now. They just like, or 300, like 300. You know, live within your means, okay? Don't run out and get, cause I'm rich today. I got 300. I can do whatever I want, right? In an inflationary economy, you can't, because you hit one store and be on the way to the second store after you get you some gas. It's like, well, that 300 is gone. Like, you might as well turn around, take it back home. You get paid tomorrow. You can come back and finish. That would make somebody's life just so much of a dagger circus. Uh, but anyway, I'm about to wrap this up, man. Coming up on an hour, but you know, I appreciate everybody that did leave the comments. You guys, thanks for joining me. The likes, appreciate that. And if you are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, man. Take that powerful finger of yours, push the button, subscribe to the channel. You go like this, hit the like, you know, and hit the notification bell as well. All, push all. Every time I put a video or a short, anything, just push that button too, so you get all the videos. You'll be in on all the comments. You'll be in on all the topics. You won't miss anything. Yeah. So shout out to those guys that did comment. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Let me see. Bobby seems to have a lot. He said he got XRP, Bobby. I don't. You got XRP? I don't know. He said he been holding for 13 years. I don't know, man. That's what's up, though. Yeah, buddy. So, do me a favor, guys. Before I end this video, still got a couple time running short, so I would like to pull something up. Let me, before I got somebody in, so I'll just do it now. I didn't look at it. I should have kept looking. I did say I was going to search it up, and I stopped and started talking. Well, I read this article to Bobby, so he was curious about it. But let me see if I could, real quick. Come on. I don't want to go over an hour too much. Where is it? Well, you know, the more critical thing, the more critical thing is if they've restored any, I, that's why I was kind of trying to research to see if they restored the bank accounts. But I guess it looks like they were. It said in that article that they were working to try to unlock accounts, but a lot of innocent people got caught, and they're in the sting. I guess they first shoot. They like, man, freeze everybody's account, freeze everybody's account. But hey, the crazy thing about that is, like, man, um, we getting ready to have a big, major shift over here, man. These banks is getting ready, like they trying to flip the switch for real. And I heard that I heard that Google and not Facebook or nothing like that, like Google and somebody else's, they're trying to come up with apps in the phones themselves. So I think Apple might be also involved on a low. So I mean, if I was gonna buy any stock, I would want to buy Apple stock right now. I will buy some Google stocks right now, just to get some exposure to like what type of money is possible once they transition the whole banking system to online banking, and it's like you really literally ain't got no you have a representative over the phone, but just to be able to say, I don't know, you know what I'm saying, the institution is not a building, it's an app. Banking institutions or banking, you know what I'm saying, it's like it's no, they might have one central place, that could be the government, you know what I'm saying, like it's very easy for them to do, you know what I'm saying, if that's what they say they want to do. Like, you ain't got no banks. You go through the app, and the app is regulated through the government. So once they shut down everything, you shut down. Once they monitoring everything, you monitor. It's like because they talk about what they talk about that coin, I forget the name of that coin. Central bank digital currency, CBDC. One of them coins, they say they don't want to do that because they give the government too much power over people's money. But I can see them just doing that so easily through Google, or through you can even do it through Facebook. So, anyway, I can't find it, y'all. I had a video up. I cannot find it. It's somewhere. I don't know where it's at. See it. Guess it's not up here. It's got to be up here. It's just it'll take me a while to find it, and it's almost 1 hour. We got this video up. Let me see. Let me refresh this. Come on. Because I know right where the clip is. Is this it? Dang it. Anyway. Nope, I can't find it, guys. I'm not able to find it. So, anyway. Once again, thanks for joining me on the show. If you found anything that you agree with, please feel free to leave a comment. Even after this, I'm gonna post this up, so you go check it out. Like, subscribe, share the video. I'm your boy, Swizzy.